Welcome to the Ruin Rating, where I rank bottles of whiskey based upon how they could financially ruin your life. The rule, we get one score from 4 categories, from fanciness, taste, cost, availability, all designed to know how they could financially ruin you, or lower the score the better. Maybe we're doing well. I think today we're going to rank out of 10. It could evolve into 5 in the future. Stick around to find out, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have the Ailsa Bay. This is actually release 1.2 that my wife got me a few years ago. Gentlemen, get yourself a wife who buys you whiskey. You're welcome. This is an incredible story behind it. Essentially, William Grant and Sons, the guys behind Glenfiddich, they went, we cannot out-Islay the Islas. We cannot beat them at their own smokiness game with Talisker and the likes winning the world, but we can out-science them. So in 2007, they got cracking, and for only 2 weeks a year, they run a peated whiskey in their still, or one of the stills there. Don't really understand that. That's cool. I don't have to. Quietly, one of the most high-tech distilleries in the world. It's crazy. They came up with this idea, or they used this concept called 022 ppm parts per million. And so what they want to do is 022 parts per million, I think, and then 019 sweet parts per million. Maybe it's peaty parts per million. They came up with this idea of parts per million being peaty and sweetiness. They scientifically create what they believe is the perfect parity between the two, beating the peaty game by balancing it with the sweet game that they are openly masters at. And it is incredible. Anna got me this for my birthday many years ago, and I love it. I've got another bottle. I actually don't know what release that is, but it is brilliant. And the reality is that they have nailed it. No other malt is made with this much science. That's a crazy claim from one of the largest family-owned companies in the world, William Grant and Son. And so the whole angle of the taste is it's sweet and smoky. It's not to everyone's liking. Check it out. Bindi did not like it on Poor Decisions with Riley. Did not like it. But it's dialed in right down to some incredible notes and some incredible taste, and it is epic. And so, for the part that you have all been waiting for, the categories. So, costs. Now, we're going from 1 to 10. 10 is going to be like $500 plus, maybe 1,000. But realistically, you're not getting anything for 80 to $100. That is category 1 that we are rating on this. This is about 100 to $130. So that is sweetly in probably a 3, I would say. Taste, it's not to everyone's liking. It really isn't. And so I've got to be honest here that I love it. My wife's okay with it. Bindi hates it. And so you got to be approachable for everyone on this show, although I'm going to split the difference there, but I'm going to 7. I think this is a solid 7. Maybe I need a new rule that says I never pick a 7, because when we go to fancy factor, I'm giving it a bonus point for the science. I think it's a cool story about how they pivoted because they're competitive. The science doesn't really speak to me a huge amount, but it does my wife. And if I don't do that, I'm going to be in trouble at home, and we don't want to be in trouble at home. So we're going to 7. And then lastly, availability. I was super scared because I've never seen this in a Dan Murphy's, and I've never seen this in just any old bottle shop, ever. And those would be 1s and 2s, maybe 3s. If you can find it in Dan's, it's a 3. Any bottle shop on the corner, that's a 1. But this is a little bit more specialist. I had to go online. I got it in a day. It was awesome. No problems there. But I'm saying that's a solid 4. So we've got a 3, a 7, a 7, and a 4. What does your ruin score look like? Today it's a 5.25. If we look at the average, 5.25 out of 10, I will take the risk of that. Maybe we need to have this out of 5 because that seems to make more sense in my mind. But we'll leave that for future thoughts. Check out Poor Decisions.